Hey you guys, and if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm doing Veda! No, I'm not. I'm just joshing with you guys. Do you know how many times I've been told to? I'm not doing Veda, even though it kind of seems like it with the amount of uploading I have been doing, like literally all week, and it's only the 3rd day of April, so it can't even be Veda because I started like in March. I've been uploading videos, so I'll list down below if you guys haven't seen it, like my Monday book haul, and then I had one yesterday at book haul unboxing, and Tuesday I had my READ-A-THON TBR, and today of course is my wrap up, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I just finished a book that I really wanted to count towards this month's goal. I mean last month's goal, and I didn't want to count it towards this month, so here we are, and I got it done just in time. So the first book that I read last month for the month of March was The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I can't believe I almost forgot the thing. And I listened to it on audiobook and I finally finished it. This audiobook was only like 6 hours. Okay, this is like, looking at audiobooks, this is on the low side of how long. And I was like, it's only like 183 pages in book form. And I was like, even though I got the audiobook for free, I was just like, why did I not just buy the book? Just spend all the money and buy the book, because I really loved and enjoyed the story. It follows this man, but like he's looking back on his life, so we follow him more as a 7-year-old child who is like making friends with this girl, Liddy Hamstock, and her family, who are kind of unusual and stuff, and it takes a turn that I really want to talk about because I don't want to spoil it. I feel like if I ever do a review for this book full on, I will have to do a spoiler review for this book, otherwise it's not gonna work. But it was an interesting journey, I will say. Some of the things that happened were definitely not sure where it's going. I gave this book a 4 out of 5. It was really, really good, and I hope to get it in book form one day if I can find it cheap. And never ever listen to an audiobook, even though I think they're interesting. I zone out a lot, and they're really, really long, and I can read faster than that, people. Let me move on. The next book that I read was Project Cain by Geoffrey Girard, and I did a fragmented video of this, and I will link it down below. And actually, I got contacted by the author because he saw the video, and he was just like, it was interesting to hear from your point of view, and I was just like, thank you. And I hope I didn't fangirl in that tweet back. That was just shameful. But I really, really enjoyed Project Cain. Like 5 out of 5 stars, people. And we follow this character, Jeff Jacobson, and basically we're in his head. For this is very much Jeff Jacobson's story right here, and he finds out that he is a clone, that his own father, who is a scientist who made him, told him that he is a clone of the famous serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, and then just leaves him alone. And yeah, I did a review for this actually, and I will link it down below so you guys can go check it out. I haven't had it betaed yet, so if there's any mistakes, just tell me, because I only finished like writing it like an hour or so ago, so I can say that. I will link it down below for you guys, so go check it out. And yeah, I have future information, but not yet. So then we have Anti-Goddess by Kendar Blake. What amazing. This is the first book in the Goddess War, book 1. And yeah, you guys have seen this before. I wouldn't say I've been reading it for a while, because like I picked it up once or twice, read like some pages, and then set it down and read other books in between that. So this is when I finally finished, and it was amazing and mind-blowing, and just like part of me was like, why didn't I finish it sooner? The other part of me is like, why did you finish it? Because now you have to wait for the second book for a very, very long time. So this follows on one half Hermes and Athena, the goddess of war, and right now they are kind of in the middle of war with all the gods, because the gods are dying, and like Athena is literally like being suffocated with like feathers just ripping. Oh yeah, that was not cool. So and the other gods are trying to kill each other so that they can just survive just a little bit longer, because you know they're supposed to be immortal, so it's like, what is exactly killing them? And then we flash to Cassandra. She does not involve herself in the business of gods, and she doesn't even know that they exist. She doesn't really know who she are, but she does get like flashes of things. She knows things, and we kind of see her regular high school existence just going on and pitter-pattering. So we go back and forth between the stories conjunctively until, you know, and the two shall meet. And I gave it a 5 stars, and by the end of this book I was like this, catatonic and yelling, really like yelling. But I'm gonna move on from there. The next book that I read was Half Bad by Sally Green, and for those of you who did not see my unboxing of this video, I will link it for this book. I will link it down below, because I was just like, what happened to you? But now for those of you who see, I got a new brand new shiny copy, and it's so beautiful and I love it. And I was kind of skeptical. I really wanted to read this book, but part of me was a little bit skeptical of the storyline. I was like, I've heard it sort of before in some form, but I really enjoyed this book. It follows Nathan, who is 16, I believe. Yeah, and he is a half white witch and half black witch, and you guys probably know the storyline. His black witch father is the most famous of them all, and like hated, I guess, by the white witches, because they feel like just that half of who he is, like blood wise, he's never seen his father, makes them be able to like imprison him basically. And I'm like, what WTF, dude? Like, the white witches are the bad people in this book. Forget that. It's that role reversal of like whenever you read a fairy story and it's like, oh, the summer court is so much. No, they do shadier things under the guise of happiness and stuff like that. It's so like, you're just following Nathan's journey of what's going to happen, and sometimes he does really smart stuff, and sometimes like I'm just like, no, Nathan, no. But I'm really excited. By the time I got to the end of this book, I was like, where's the second and third one? I need it now. I should have read it, but I read this for a book club that I didn't even end up attending because I was sleeping. But it's hosted by Bunny and Allyn and Alyssa on the WeAreWordNerds channel, which is Bunny's whole book related channel, and I'll link their live show down below so you guys can go check it out. And I'm gonna stop talking about it now, but yeah. So the last book that I read that I'm counting towards this month is Cain's Blood by Geoffrey Girard, and this is like the companion novel to Project Cain. There goes both of them side by side. And while Project Cain was YA, this one was definitely adult. Now, some things happened in Project Cain, which I wondered about. I wanted more details and stuff, and definitely wanted this. So this one mainly takes place from the point of view of Castello, who we do meet in the first book, but you don't really know much more about him over beyond like Jeff's interpretation of him, since we're in his head. But now we get to see from Castello's point of view what he was doing, what he was thinking, and all this other stuff. And plus we get to see from the views of the scientists, other people who were involved in making this program happen, the other clones and victims and other people. And it was just amazing watching that like unfold and getting more details about stuff, and very gory. Like in the very first like few chapters, I was just like, wow. So when I was complaining about wanting to know more, I maybe should have thought about what I wished for. It was definitely intriguing and awesome, and I really hope to do like a video review of this by next Tuesday, because I kind of want to do that review day Tuesday thing that Hank from the Vlog Brothers is doing. So I'll probably do like a review of these both together, because even though they're like separate books and books in their own right, they're kind of companion novels. I mean, if you read one you basically know what happens in the other. But while you follow Jeff's point of view in the YA one, and this one in the Cain's Blood, you get a whole adult view, and there's other things to know, and it still makes its own complete story. And I was looking it up, and that's how he said he wanted to do it. So it was really interesting, and I look forward to, and yeah, so you guys, let me know down below which books have you read this month and which ones have you didn't. Okay, what was your favorite book of the month? Okay, I couldn't decide. I can't decide between them. It wasn't The Ocean at the End of the Lane, though. It's really hard, because two of them, especially Half-Blood and Cain's Blood, are still like full of in my mind, and it's like I can't. And I don't have a favorite new couple. I have a couple that I wish would be, but I won't tell you what it is. And then, yeah. I have some quotes for you, though, because I do update my Goodreads with a quote, and I'll choose like one from on each like book or whatever. And from Project Cain, it was, and I'm not saying it's right that he killed her, only I suppose that it maybe shouldn't have been a surprise for either of them. Yeah. And then we have Anti-Goddess, and I have two to share for you. Did they all look so handsome at first sight? She didn't think so. It was just him. Beautiful. Even by God's standards. Forever the Lord of the Sun. He was sorry. But what did he know about time or consequences? How long could you hold a grudge when someone broke your life like an unwanted toy? Was it 1,000 years enough? 2? So you guys can hear the train, which is why I'm yelling. And for Half-Blood, I had, in both violence and fame, your bloodline outdoes mine. And then for Cain's Blood, we have, somehow the kid seems older still. His light blue eyes quieter, darker even, more aware, too aware, like eyes that seen 1,000 years. How could they not? So those are some of my favorite quotes from each one. I try to update like my Goodreads and stuff with my favorite quotes. I'm thinking about maybe doing that quote part in a separate video. I don't know, just so I could say all of them. But yeah, I shouldn't. That'd be too much. But you guys let me know down below, which books did you read this last month? What was your favorite one? Did you get a favorite new couple, favorite quote from those books? Anything you want to tell me about them? And have you read any of these books, and whether or not you liked them or hated them? Did my reviews change anything? I don't know. If you want to read one and now not. And remember to go check out my review of Project Cain. I'll link it down below. Look forward to my hopefully video review of Cain's Blood and Project Cain. And I will see you guys later. Bye.